Can stress make you tired? My name is Dr. Buzz. I'm the stress doctor. If you would like to learn more about managing your stress, check out the rest of the channel. How does stress impact your energy levels? The way stress impacts your energy levels, which most people would understand that initially you have high levels of energy that immediately deplete, is that your cortisol, which is your stress hormone, goes off on a high and then will go through what's called a cortisol depletion where it comes down low. And when it's high, we have high energy, we feel excited, we move around a lot more than we normally would. And once it depletes, we're tired, our brain feels foggy, and we feel like we could take a nap for the next 3 hours. There are different types of stress, and they all have a different toll on the body. Acute stress, which has the least toll on the body, is where your cortisol starts to peak and your body starts to feel restless. And people usually sense a fear or a worry that feels very anxious in their mind. The second one is chronic stress. Chronic stress pays a greater toll on your body because you're sustaining higher levels of cortisol for longer periods of time. And now your body will go through what's called a cortisol depletion where you feel chronic fatigue. What are the signs and symptoms of stress-induced fatigue? Let's start off with the emotional symptoms. With stress-induced fatigue, we start off with anxiety that comes with less energy. Number two is we feel depressed and then lethargic at the same time. So we went from having an anxious worry to now feeling down in the dumps to now not having enough energy to even worry or to even have a thought of hopefulness. The third symptom is apathy. And when you become apathetic, you almost get into a state where you don't care anymore. Next, let's get into the physical symptoms of fatigue. The first is fatigue. When people are fatigued, they fall off their circadian rhythm, which means that your cortisol is not spiking in the morning like it should, which is always 30 minutes after you get up. If anything, you actually feel tired and you want to stay in bed for longer periods of time. Headaches is another symptom. But with headaches, we know a lot of that happens to be with dehydration. Your body uses up so much energy that sucks all the hydration out of you. So the headaches are really about your dura, that's your scalp, shrinking and expanding involuntarily, making your head hurt. The last one is muscle tension. Magnesium prevents muscle tension. When you are chronically stressed, you burn a ton of magnesium and you go through a lot of hydration. Because you're dehydrated and lacking magnesium, people will immediately get muscle tension and cramps. The next symptoms are related to performance. First is procrastination. Because your body is fatigued and without cortisol levels that are now depleted, you find yourself waiting and delaying to get anything accomplished. How to address stress-induced fatigue. Identify and manage your stressors. Because in your past, there was an event that might have triggered you that caused you to have stress, your body is now recognizing anything that contextually reminds you of that trigger and activates your stress involuntarily. Combat stress with healthy habits. The first is healthy diet. You want to make sure you're only eating 2 meals a day so you don't weigh your body down with stress. Anytime your digestion has to work overtime, you're stressing your body out and you're losing energy on your day. The second way of combating stress with healthy habits is exercise. We want to work out where we raise cortisol. We want to exercise where we're breathing, and we bring our bodies into a very calming function so we keep our cortisol even for sustainability. The third healthy habit is social support. Hanging around with toxic people is going to create a toxic environment, which is going to heighten your cortisol and eventually make you become depleted and tired and fatigued. Another way to address stress-induced fatigue is by practicing mindfulness. We're bringing our emotional understanding with our perception and mindset together so we're cognizant of everything that's around us. When should you seek professional help when you're suffering stress? A person should seek professional help when they are suffering stress, when the stress symptoms are affecting their ability to function. I hope this was helpful. If you would like to learn more about managing your stress, check out the rest of my channel.